Hey guys, this is your girl Miss Benjamin and I'm coming to y'all with one more video on Empire, Season 4, Episode 18. I think it's on Dungeons. Oh god, I gotta look it up. Hold on guys. Let me look this thing up because it was, I forgot to take got to look it up. The Empire Unpossessed. That's what it was called. Okay, yeah. Season 4, Episode 18. The Empire Unpossessed. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. It's time for me to go to bed. As the episode begins, Eddie comes in. We see it from where it starts off where it ends last week, where Eddie makes a threat about telling Lucius the Cookie, sign over Empire, or he's going to the police. I'm so sweaty, it's so warm in here. I don't want to turn on the air because just don't need all those extra bills or whatever. And I don't have this makeup on now. Way past 8 hours, so it's probably about that time to take it off. I'm a little sweaty, a little shiny, a lot sweaty, a lot shiny. It's coming off, so it's time for me to take it off. But yeah, as the episode starts, we see Eddie. He comes in from episode last week where he makes a threat and tells Lucius to do what he needs to do for the bid on Empire so that they can go ahead and make this thing official, or he's going to tell the police that he was the one that killed Sean. And Lucius seems unfazed, unscathed, if you will, like, do what you gotta do and all that good stuff. And Cookie, you know how Cookie is. Cookie slick-lipped, and she real slick-lipped, and get out and don't do this, and Lucius, let me take care of him, da. So then Lucius gets up and he says, so I killed Sean. Then he grabs a knife or something, a spoon or a fork or something, and then he backhands Eddie, like in the most pimpish, bitch ass way possible. And then Eddie pulls out a gun, and I was like, whoa, Eddie, you about it. So he says, you thought I was gonna come into the lion's den and not be prepared? And so he's like, just do what you need to do, or I'm gonna do what I have to do. So then him and the trollop leave, the ex-wife, they leave, and then they kicking him, we gotta do something. And so they're talking about whatever, and then, then the next scene is where you see Blake and Hakeem. They're in the studio just plunging around, if you will, as they normally do. And then Thirsty's in there telling Lucius he doesn't need, because Lucius is on some I'm going to turn myself in, because Eddie's got the evidence, and I can't do anything with Eddie and that evidence, so I'm going to do what I need to do to save the family. I'm going to turn myself in. And Thirsty's like, don't turn yourself in, and don't go jump into conclusions, don't go jump in haste or whatever. Just wait a minute, we're going to figure something out. Cookie's like, yeah, we're going to figure something out. And then Hakeem is in the booth, and they plot to get rid of. Well, the whole family's on this. We gonna get anything. Oh my God, I'm so shiny, people. I don't know if y'all can hear me because I got some fans blowing. Because I really don't feel like turning on my air conditioner. Because I just don't want to make no bills where they're not, where there are none. But anyway, yeah. So then, Tori is singing beautifully. My husband keeps opening it out. I don't know what he's looking for. Tori is singing. She's sitting at the piano and she's singing beautifully. And then Jamal walks in and they talk for a little bit. And okay, you're gonna be in the camera from the back. You're not gonna be in the camera from the front. You're gonna have to. Well, you're gonna be in the camera when you turn around. Unless you walk out backwards. In my husband's words, ladies and gentlemen. Back to what I was talking about. Tori is singing beautifully when Jamal walks in, and they talk about still doing music as anonymous, and I can't. You want me to get a picture to your head? I mean, your son has done it several times, so I don't know why you won't. Anyway, he wants Tori and him to go on and make music, but Tori's like, all the other guys have gotten discovered. It was supposed to be a big secret. They were just gonna keep putting out great music, and everybody gonna keep wondering who was this group. But when Jamal asked them to help their parents, that blew the whole anonymous thing out of the water. So the name couldn't even be used anymore because they're no longer anonymous. But anyway, and so he says, well, let's just still do music. I'm gonna see you at Leviticus tonight, and we'll just continue to do what we do. And she's, she says, I just want to be nobody. I don't want to be famous, and she wants to be normal is what she's saying. And Jamal doesn't understand what that feels like because Jamal's never been normal. He's always been a lion all his life. Even when his daddy put him in the trash can. But anyway. So, in comes Boo Boo Kitty. Oh, I don't like this half-breed heifer. But anyway. Well, I had to give it to her now. She cunning. But anyway. So, Boo Boo Kitty and Cookie, they have this sit-down to talk over, She telling him, you've been in the family a long time. You were there with Lucius when I was in prison, and you were about to become Miss, Boo Boo Kitty Lions, and you couldn't do that. So you had to open your legs, have a baby, in order to, have the lion, lion thing. Just still be relevant in the lion's pride, if you will. And she tells her that Boo Boo Kitty tells her, I'm not no longer trying to be a part of the lion pride. I'm going to be the pride leader, which is her being the CEO of the company. That's what she wanted, and that's what Eddie has gotten for her. What's Eddie's going to get for her. So, Cookie says, to get the scarf. She asked her, get the scarf. You love Lucius. I love Lucius. We both have love for the man. Get the scarf. Help us out. And I'll give you your own company. Why work under a man all your life? Excuse me, y'all. Why work under a man all your life? Just, get your own company. Do what you can for your daughter, Bella. And, show her that mommy can be powerful without a man. And of course, Boo Boo Kitty being Boo Boo Kitty, she said, nah, bruh, I'm gonna take my chances with Eddie. She should have listened to Cookie. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. So Jamal is at Leviticus, and he's calling, I guess, Tori and you know, some of the other folks. And Tori doesn't answer, but then he hears Tori's phone ring, and he looks over on the floor, and lo and behold, there's Tori, passed out, where she's possibly overdosed. And excuse me, I'm trying to watch the news. I don't know if this is something that's going on here in South Carolina and Columbia, or this is somewhere else. I don't. Oh, is that some artwork has probably been stolen? But anyway, yeah. She tells her no, basically. So she's okay. No. Jamal went to Leviticus to find Tori and found that she's overdosed. So he's calling, somebody get help, somebody get help. So they finally get her to the hospital, and they, you know, Tori's in the hospital when she wakes up, and she's realizing Jamal is there because he's singing. I don't know if he's singing the song she was singing earlier, or something that they'd done together before, or what it was they did, or what it was the song was about. But yeah, and she tells him she wants to know how it feels to be a nobody, just to be able to walk to the store, be able to walk the street without anyone knowing who you are. She doesn't know that. She's always been in the spotlight and always been around all this excitement and drugs and lifestyle. You know, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. She's always been in that life, and she doesn't want it anymore. She wants to be normal. And Jamal, at that point, he felt it. He felt it. He wanted it, but he wasn't sure. So he left for her to get arrested. Lucius goes to see... No, he doesn't go to see. Cookie actually asks him, because Cookie's taking care of some business. So Cookie asked him to go meet up with her mom. Forgot her mom's name. With her mom. And the conversation don't go the way, you know, he thinks it. Excuse? I am so tired. She doesn't go, the conversation doesn't go the way it should. She's the protective mama bear over her little lioness cub, and she doesn't trust Lucius. You know, she has very good reason to. I don't know if she knew anything of what has happened, what has transpired in the last couple of years since Cookie went to prison. And that's one of the issues that she has with him, is that you sat there, even though you built an empire for her to come home to, for 17 years, where were you? You came maybe the first year, maybe the first two, but after that, there was nothing. You kept her banks, her books, her commissary running. You kept money on the books, but where were you? Where was that presence, that loving man presence? Where was it? She didn't see it. And yeah, she's still holding a grudge. And this was the first time she had ever saw him. And so all she saw was a pretty boy speaking pretty words. And she wasn't there for it. She wasn't for it. She wasn't here for it. She's like, I'm not here for you, Lucius. I'm not. So whatever it is you're trying, don't try to run the game on me, because I see right through your little pretty facade. And then he tells her, don't judge. I love her. I'm in love with her. I've always been in love with her. I've made some mistakes. It's a line I heard somewhere before. I made some mistakes, but I'm still a good person. Oh, it was in the Queens of Comedy when Samoa was at St. Peter's Gate, and got to the gate and said, I did this thing. I made some mistakes, but I'm still a good person. So that's what he was trying to get Cookie's mom to understand. I've made some mistakes, but I'm still a good person. I love your daughter. And all I want you to do is accept me and accept our love and let us live our lives happily. Mama said, point blank, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm not about to deal with that. And can you blame her? You let my daughter rot in jail for 17 years. While you was out here doing God knows what with God knows who, and making all this money off of my sweat, the blood of my sweat, the back, and things. And then when you get out, I run to you, and everything's supposed to be all lovely. And mama just don't see it. And any mother that has went through something like that understands what her mom is saying. But Cookie doesn't see it. Cookie just sees the love that she has for Lucius, and nobody's faulting her for that. Nobody is faulting her for that. Okay. So Lucius wants to turn himself in. And Cookie's like, we're not doing that. We're going to do something else. We're not going to let you turn yourself in. We're going to figure something out. A matter of fact, she willing to put a bullet in Eddie just to keep him from going to jail. But, yeah. She was like, let me put a bullet in his bitch ass. I'll put a bullet in his bitch ass for you, baby. You ain't gotta do it. I'll do it. And he's like, no, I don't want you to do it. So Lucius and Andre have a heart-to-heart. And he tells his son, you know, we're going to call a truce, and I'm going to forgive you. But I want you to take care of your mother and take care of the Lion family, because you are the next in line. You are the Lion. You are me. I am you. We are one. Kumbaku. Type crap. So they cry and whatever, and he tells his dad, he says, promise me you won't let nothing happen to your mom. You won't let nothing happen to your mother. So they come together for the greater good of Cookie. Hey, as it should be. As it should be. The Cookie was like, I didn't marry no punk ass nigga. And I didn't have three punk ass sons. Well. Okay, but anyway. Yeah. And he asked him to go in there and make a bid to buy back Empire. And he says, yeah, whatever happens, whatever happens, make sure you take care of Cookie. Make sure you take care of Cookie. Take care of the family. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And they come together for their love of Cookie. That's just it. Point blank and period. Then they're having this family dinner. We're seeing where they're having the family dinner. And that's when Lucius tells them that he's turning himself in. Because Eddie's got the evidence that he's about to go to the police with about his dad killing Shine. And Jamal is like, man, let him do what he want to do. He just blowing smoke up your ass, Dad. He ain't got no proof. And Hakeem was like, yeah, Dad, let him run up to the police and make it look like a fool. And that's when Lucius breaks the news, and he tells him, I killed Shine. And then Hakeem and Jamal are like, what? What do you mean? And that's when Andre sits up and he goes, yeah, and I'm the one behind the bomb. Oh, what? Oh my God. This is Jamal and Hakeem. What are you talking about? Oh my God, So Lucius is like, sit down. It ain't that serious. You do too much. Just sit down, Hakeem. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm a man up. I'm going to be a man. I'm going to handle this my way. All right, I would talk to your mama. Your brother know what he got to do. I just need y'all to be here for the family. Just keep the family together. Keep the family tight. And, so that's when Cookie starts saying, I'm reading my notes, y'all. Cookie's like, well, maybe we should just sell the company. And Jamal's like, yeah, sure, it got us all these luxury things and all this fabulosity and all that good stuff and the awards and the, things of that nature. But what else has it gotten us? Greed, lust, death, hatred. You get what I'm saying? And Lucius is like, nah, y'all can come together with all that kumbaya and, oh, family. I don't want to lose my company. He wasn't feeling. He just wasn't there with it yet. He was like, I'm gonna turn myself in, Andre. You make the bed, and we're gonna take it from there. Keep my family and keep my company in the family. That's what he wanted. He wanted to keep the company in the family. So then Boo Boo Kitty, they were having the press conference because they go not the press conference. I'm jumping ahead of myself. They go to do the bids, and Eddie and Boo Boo Kitty bid for $70 million. And Lucius hands Cookie the envelope. Cookie walks the envelope over to the shareholders. They open it and they said, Petrel bid $70 million. The Lions bid $0. Lucius damn near hit the floor. He couldn't believe it. How could you sell my company right underneath me? Didn't discuss with me one. Cookie was like, I did what was best for the family. You always said take care of the family. The company we can get back. But you took away. You don't. No. We're going to do what's best for the family. And what's best for the family is to get rid of this damn company. Clean our hands of it. Wash all this blood and all this dirt and all this stuff off us. Start over fresh and new. Oh. Lucius was not. He was not at all. Even a little bit of it. He just wasn't. And, she said she did because the family was the most valued asset, even though they still lost. That was Cookie's little ploy, her little speech. My most valued asset is families. They were like, wow, family don't pay the bills, bitch. So Lucius wasn't happy, but decided to get up and get the company back. But Lucius, he was just a little salty. He wasn't feeling it. So Lucius goes in the room and he's having his little moment where he's sitting to the piano and he's playing these keys and he's playing these tunes and he's thinking about all the things that him and Cookie have been through over the years, and from the very beginning up to the current point. And I gotta be honest with you guys, they got some hood love going on. This story puts hood love in the proper perspective. It really does. Gotta put me in the mind of me and old boy. Cause we got some real hood love. And then they go to where Eddie goes after they lose the company and everything. We come in and we see Eddie making changes, taking Lucius, I guess they're cutting Lucius' big old face into the big old emblem that comes on the show, cutting all the whatever it was of Lucius' line taking it all out of the company, all of it. Anything that had a lion's face on it is gone. It's gone. And Cookie, and then we see Cookie and Lucius, they're outside waiting on the car to pick them up. And that's when they realize the car belongs to Empire. The car doesn't belong to the Lions. And the Lions are no longer shareholders. Lions are no longer partake of the wealth. They took their last couple of pennies and they went on. So they have to wait on a cab. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And they got to get used to being regular people. So, yeah. Jamal goes to see Toya. Oh, this is what tore me up. Jamal went to see Toya to check on things. And the doctor was telling her that she had a seizure and things. And he said, we tried to resuscitate him. And Jamal's like, wait, what you mean resuscitate her? What happened? And the doctor tells her she died. And I just felt for Jamal because it's like it was a kind of kindred soul he found with her. You get what I'm saying? This, like, even though it wasn't probably no romantic or anything, it's just like a kindred soul. I have one of those at my work. It's very kindred soul. We sort of kind of speak the same language. We hear. He decides that he has to become a nobody. And he tells his mom, he says, I'm leaving. I gotta go. I can't do this no more. I gotta go where I can just be nobody. I want to be normal. I can't live like this no more. I can't get through this by being here with all this other stuff that's going on in my world, in this life, in the lion life. I need to get away and be Jamal. Just Jamal. Not Jamal Lion. Just Jamal. And Cookie's distraught. I'm thinking, oh God, they're gonna cause the woman to have a heart attack again. But no, she beat on him and she held it together, Cookie. I felt for her. I felt for her on that one. Kitty and Eddie and his wife. Getting close. And his wife are preparing for a press conference. Now here comes the infamous press conference. And Andre is still there, so she's like, do I need to call security? He's like, no, it ain't even about that. It ain't even that kind of party, bro. I'm just here to congratulate you. And he hands her a glass of champagne. And then he says, and I can understand how you feel. I can understand what you're going through. Because I've lived with guilt myself. And it kind of chokes her up a little bit because she's not expecting that. And he gives her the champagne and she sips and then she guzzles it on down. Just take it on to the head. Go ahead, girl. Take it on to the head. You're a chew. I can tell you alcoholic. But anyway, yeah, she drinks it. And they toast. And they call a truce. Tells her congratulations. She tells him, good luck. Nigga, but get on out my building. I'm about to go up here and do this thing. Let you know. HBIC. No, it's not gonna work that way, shawty. Cause one day got something in store for you. So Cookie and her mama, they having their little. And this when mama come out. This when mama talking to daughter. Because I've had this conversation with my mom. So I kind of understand where the mama was coming from. And I think I've had sort of kind of this conversation with my daughters about the men in our lives who we and they don't like. They just don't like them at all. And nothing you can say about them. No good. You can tell them that they took the world and held it on their shoulders like that damn man, that Greek god. Nah, he's still a ratchet old nigga and I don't want no parts of him. I don't want him around me. I don't want him around nothing I own. That's pretty much what mama is. She like, you gonna see. You gonna see the forest for the trees at some point. Right now you can't see. Because you're blinded by love, but love don't pay the bills, honey. Love don't feed you. And I could see where she was coming from. I used to hear that same from my mother. But coming from a mother with two daughters, I've actually had somewhat conversations similar to this. I'm okay. Yeah. So as she makes her last statement, and make a long to condense what she said, she's like, it was just more of a don't even trip. You ain't gotta worry about me. He ain't gonna be nobody of mine. He has to walk by or walk in because they're sitting in the living room, and he walks in and she walks past him and she goes, Lucius, you know what that look mean. You know what the look mean. Nigga, I don't fuck with you, and I'm letting you know this. So at any time you feel a little froggy, leave. So Kiki was like, how much did you hear? I heard enough. So they chit-chat for a second. And he says, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you, and all that other mushy-ish that you wouldn't expect from Lucius lying. And she started with, you know how child, boo, Lucius, what? And he goes down on one knee, and he has this box in his hand, and he says, I want to marry you. And Cookie just started talking about, if we're going to do this, you're going to make sure you all in it for Cookie line. You ain't going to put nothing before. She treated like that commandment, you shall have no other gods before me. She was taking it there. He was like, are you going to marry me or what, woman? So she sits down and she breathes. And I had to make sweat a little bit, didn't I? Yeah, we might as well go ahead on and... So, she was like, come on, let's go. She's like, go where? Well, let's go get married. She's like, no, we gotta tell Hakeem and Jamon and Andre. No, I want to go get married. I mean, them boys, they'll find out after we done did it, but I want to go get married and do this thing. And so they go head on. And then we go into the scene with Hakeem and the little sot, Tiana. She go into the building and she tell him, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do. Eddie done did me wrong. Your daddy done did me wrong. Your mama done did me wrong. And the only one I could depend on was you. You was the only one to lay it down with. I couldn't lay down with nobody else because all I kept seeing was you. I tried, but it wasn't nobody but you. So now I'm pregnant with your child. What we gonna do? We gonna stick this thing out and we gonna be a family. Hold on just a second, people. I gotta hear something right fast.
Led to the jailbreak. However, the sheriff's office says that is not the case. Investigators say there were issues with the jail's main switchboard leading up to this scene.
I need to get some more info on that because I want to know if they actually catch all the people that escaped, but then again. So he accepts her back because, you know, he's just that kind of a guy. I want my baby. I want my baby's baby. And that's going to be my baby and my baby baby. Excuse me, guys. Ghostown, Pennsylvania. Rose Graffiti Highway. Okay, that's nothing whatever. Okay, so here we go. Current day. Miss Boo Boo Kitty, aka Anika. She up on the stage about to give her infamous, I am proud to be the CEO, the new CEO of Empire. I'm going to do great things. I'm going to turn this around. You guys remember me from being the A&R of Empire. And I've always been in the backgrounds. I know the ins and outs and ups and downs and the who's and the whats and the whys and the wins. And so here come these questions. And I can't think of Andre's wife's name. I want to say Jennifer, but I can't think of her name, honey. But all I know is she was talking to a white blonde-haired reporter. And who should step from around that reporter but that woman, the dead that had her written. Yeah, she rose, honey. She rose from dead on that one. I was so country just now, it didn't make no sense. But the dead that has a wrist. That lady showed up. And she started giving Anika chills. And Anika started having shudders and couldn't finish her interview and her press conference. So then, Pala whoever, he had to wind up taking it over. Said she needed some air. It's been a trying day. And she just needed a break. And so she goes outside. Because she keeps seeing her. And she sees her. And she said, payback's a bitch. And she keep running and she keep running. And she starts to go down the stairs. But the girl's coming up the stairs. So she turns around and she runs to the back of her. And she runs into Andre and then she looks. And then she runs and she hits this glass partition that's hanging, I want to say about a good 30 feet up in the air. She hit the table full of champagne straight on, laid flat. on her back with her eyes wide open. She died with her eyes open, people. She died with her eyes wide. Wasn't a pretty sight. And they go to so Cookie in line. So Cookie and Lucius. We see Cookie and Lucius toward the end of the show. They go to the justice of the and they say the most beautiful vows. I mean, it's just so heartfelt and open and honest. It's just from the heart, because they knew they were from. That's what they were speaking from their heart. And they spoke from their heart. And the justice of the peace saw that, and he said, by the powers vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may not kiss your bride. So then we see Jamal. Jamal is in Paris somewhere, being nobody, but just Jamal. And then we see Andre. He goes back to church and he's trying to get right back with God again. It don't matter how many times you do it. At some point you will get it right, brother. And then we see Hakeem, Blake, and Tayana leaving an apartment. And then the camera pans to the other direction and you see Blake's dad with a shotgun, a pump shotgun. And then you hear 3 shots. Bow, bow, bow. And it goes off, and then next thing you hear is Empire will be back in the fall, and that is the end of the season, baby. It wasn't as explosive as it normally is. It's gotten to be a little dry. Hopefully next season, I'm hoping and praying that next season will be a whole nother turn up, because we gonna need to spice this thing here up, Empire. Lee Daniels, we need to turn this thing up. Oh my God, and I mean for this video to be this long, Jesus. But this your girl, Miss Benjamin Buttons. One, my 2 cents can't make you change, but I know who 2 cents can. Guys, have a good night.